So let's go again over the phrasal verbs. We did some sentences, and I'll read the sentences that we did. After a long battle with the virus, Ramon passed away yesterday. The phrasal verb passed away. Next sentence, after he left Atlanta, he came into a large fortune. Came into, he inherited. Came into, phrasal verb. Can you tell me how he came about? Can you tell me how it came about? Came about, happened. Can you tell me how it came about? Okay, so we have some other sentences here. Careful, he will go for your leg. The dog will go for your leg. Careful, he will go for your leg. Go for means to attack. The dog will attack your leg. Okay, careful, he will go for your leg. Why do you act up in class? Why do you act up in class? Okay, act up, cause trouble. Okay, so let's look at these sentences. We could diagram. Careful as an adjective. He, subject, pronoun. Will. Okay, it's going to be a modal verb. Go for. Okay, go for here is a phrasal verb. Your, adjective, leg, noun. Why do you act up in class? Why do you cause trouble? Why is it's going to be a pronoun. Do, verb. You, subject, pronoun. Act up, phrasal verb. In, preposition. Class, noun. Now, let's look at the phrasal, the separable phrasal verb, which means you can separate the verb and the preposition. So here's a sentence and a reply. Can you pick up the phone? Can you pick up the phone? Okay. Can, modal verb. You, subject, pronoun. Pick up, phrasal verb. The, adjective. Phone, noun. Pick is the verb. Up is the preposition. So you could say, yes, I'll pick, which is a verb, it, pronoun, up, preposition. Okay, subject, pronoun, and verb, ill. Okay. Yes here is going to be an adverb. An adverb, yes, I'll. That's subject, pronoun, plus a verb is a contraction. Pick, verb, it, pronoun up, preposition. So you see that you have the verb here and the preposition here. In the middle, you have another word. So that's separable. That's a separable phrasal verb. Now we have inseparable phrasal verbs. So I'll give you a sentence. Can you run up the hill? Can you run up the hill? Can, okay, modal verb, you, subject pronoun, run as a verb, up is a preposition, right? But it's a phrasal verb, the adjective, hill, noun. Can you run up the hill? You cannot say, yes, I can run the hill up. You can't say that. So here, you cannot split the verb and the preposition. They have to be together. They have to be together. And you call those inseparable phrasal verbs. Okay, wonderful. Hopefully you have a lot of questions. So what I want you to do, we went over the 4 present tenses. I want you to write a sentence in the simple present. I want you to write a sentence in the present continuous. I want you to write a sentence in the present perfect. And I want you to write a sentence in the present perfect progressive. Okay? Please. And email me those sentences. Also, write sentences with phrasal verbs. Okay? Please. Okay. So let's look at some practice, my friends, some practice. She has to buy the book since last week. She has to buy the book since last week, but she didn't buy the book. Okay? So what tense are we looking at? She has to buy the book since last week. What tense are we talking about here? Is it the simple present? Is it the present continuous? Is the present perfect? Or is it the present perfect progressive or continuous? Okay, so here we have she has. So this is going to be in the perfect tense. Okay, next sentence. Carlos is going to class now. Carlos is going to class now. Okay, what tense are we talking about? Going, main verb, right? Is helping verb. So we're talking about the present continuous. Present continuous. Maria waits for her friend. Maria waits for her friend. The verb waits. Okay. Wait. So this is going to be simple present. Simple present. Next sentence. She has been buying food for him. She has been buying food for him. So we have the helping verbs, has been, and buying main verb. Okay? Could you turn down the volume? Could you turn down the volume? Okay, so what do we have here? We have a phrasal verb. Is this separable or inseparable? This is separable. Yes, I can turn the volume down. Yes, I can turn the volume down. So this is a separable phrasal verb. Could you speak up? Could you speak up? Could you speak up in class? Okay. So the phrasal verb, speak up. Is it separable or inseparable? Separable or inseparable? It's inseparable. Did your trip to Vietnam come off? Did your trip to Vietnam come off? Okay. Inseparable phrasal verbs. Okay. So get something to write with, please. I'm going to dictate real quick. Got a couple of minutes. It's coming from the 4 agreements. When you take things personally, comma, then you feel offended, comma, and your reaction is to defend your beliefs and create conflicts, period. I'll read it again. When you take things personally, then you feel offended, and your reaction is to defend your beliefs and create conflicts. You make something big out of something so little, comma, because you have the need to be right and make everybody else wrong, period. You take something big, you make something big out of something so little because you have the need to be right and make everybody else wrong. You also try hard to be right by giving them your own opinions. You also try hard to be right by giving them your opinions. In the same way, comma, whatever you feel and do is just a projection of your own personal dream, a reflection of your own agreements. I'll read it again. In the same way, whatever you feel and do is just a projection of your own personal dream, a reflection of your own agreements. What you say, what you do, and the opinions you have are according to the agreements you have made. And these opinions have nothing to do with me. So I'll read the passage again from the top. When you take things personally, then you feel offended, and your reaction is to defend your beliefs and create conflicts. You make things big out of something so little because you have the need to be right and make everybody else wrong. You also try hard to be right by giving them your own opinions. In the same way, whatever you feel and do is a projection of your own personal dream, a reflection of your own agreements. What you say, what you do, and the opinions you have are according to the agreements you have made. And these opinions have nothing to do with me. So, again, this comes from the four agreements. Okay? And the four agreements are: be impeccable with your word. You already took dictation on that aspect. Don't take anything personal. That's what we're talking personally. That's what we're talking about. The third agreement: don't make assumptions. And the last agreement: always do your best. And hopefully, all of you are doing your best. Uh, and to stay, try to stay in the present. We find our happiness when we live in the present. I'm in the present now. I'm instructing you, I'm teaching you, and I feel good. I'm not thinking about the virus. I'm not thinking about paying my mortgage. I'm not thinking about anything in the past. I'm not thinking about the future. Okay? I'm in the present. When we live in the present, in the now, we find our happiness. Okay? So look for books like The Four Agreements. This is a very, very powerful book. It has nothing to do with religion. It's a book that will help you discover who you are and make you a better human being. Okay, so we've been moving along, uh, and there's two more units to this book, and probably we're going to go back in the classroom in July. That's what I heard. I may be absolutely wrong. So, what I want to do is, besides finishing this book, I want to work with you on some grammatical aspects. Uh, I want to work with conditional sentences, adverb clauses, adjective clauses. We worked on conjunctive adverb clauses already. Um, some punctuation, how to use the comma, how to use the semicolon, um, how to use quotation marks, run-on sentences, comma splices, fragmentation. So there's a lot of things that we could work on. Please write a sentence every day and discover what parts of speech the words are. Break the words down, okay? And send me your sentences for I could review. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you hopefully next week with a couple of lessons. Ciao for now.